From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. We still have a wind advisory and a high wind warning in place. So first with the high wind warning, this is for the foothills of Umatilla County. Then for the wind advisory, this is for the foothills of Morrow County and Walla Walla County. This runs until 4 p.m. this afternoon. And as of right now, we already have the winds that are gusting out of the south upwards of 30 miles per hour in Walla Walla. Pendleton has also seen some pretty tough wind gusts at times for this morning. You factor that in with some of the temperatures that we have for this morning, and at face value, 52, 53, 49 degrees, not all that cold, but again, you factor in some of the wind gusts and it'll feel a little bit colder out there. Visibility is looking pretty good for our lower elevations, but still we're socked in with fog up towards Snoqualmie Pass. Definitely something to keep in mind if you're traveling over the pass on Interstate 90. We have a widespread rain and snow this morning. Snow is mainly in elevations above 5,000 feet. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. Rain and mountain snow for today and tomorrow. A little bit drier for Friday and Saturday. And then we're tracking another big time storm system into Sunday and Monday. I'll tell you what that one's about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, crews are investigating how a fire broke out late in the afternoon. This while 7 people were inside the home. Officials saying the home is a total loss, and we have what authorities are also saying. And the Kennewick That's the Ticket event kicks off this weekend. This is where local businesses can get some more money in their pockets, just ahead of the holidays, that is. How you can get involved is coming up. And still ahead, Boeing striking workers recently voted to end the strike that lasted months. But now Boeing announces they're cutting thousands of jobs. We have the details. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Wednesday, November 13th. Happy Hump Day. We're going to get right into your top stories, and we're starting off in Fire Watch. The Richland Fire and Emergency Services is investigating how a fire destroyed a home late yesterday afternoon. The fire broke out just after 4 p.m. in the 1500 block of Perkins Avenue. There were flames in the windows and heavy smoke was pouring out from the eaves and the top of the roof. Firefighters went to work getting into the house and trying to stop the flames. At one point, firefighters tore off the siding to get to the attic, and as soon as they opened access to the attic, smoke and flames poured out. The fire was out within a half hour, and Fire Chief Tom Huntington says the home is a total loss.
We'll put the residents in touch with Red Cross, who can arrange for short-term housing, and then from there, insurance typically takes over and provides for kind of that medium to long-term need while the house is evaluated for reconstruction or demolition or whatever might happen there.
Chief Huntington also says the cause of the fire is unknown, and he says 7 people were inside the home when the fire broke out, but nobody was hurt. The fire investigator will be out to inspect the home today. In depth now, Richland Police Department's new chief of police, Marty Pilcher, is a week on the job. From California to Woodburn, Oregon, now to Richland, Washington. Chief Pilcher is traveling up the western coast in his law enforcement career. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald says he brings a wealth of experience to the field.
As of next month, I'll have been a police officer 36 years. I spent 28 years in California, and I retired as a lieutenant in 2016.
However, retired life didn't suit RPD's new chief, Marty Pilcher, so he joined the Portland Police Bureau as an internal affairs investigator, and then went to work at the Woodburn Police Department in Oregon in 2017, where he started as a lieutenant, was promoted to deputy chief, and then chief of police.
I don't play golf, and I just really enjoy what I do, truthfully, and I'm not ready to give it up, so to speak. I enjoy being part of something greater than myself, and I've worked hard at my career and gained a lot of experience and want to continue to use that.
When it comes to the Richland Police Department, Chief Pilcher says there are some first things to address, including staffing.
Initially, we will need to fill some administrative leadership positions, and I think that's very important so that as we do come up with new programs or reinstitute programs that are not being used right now, that we have the proper leadership to direct and supervise those. And that's one of the primary goals that I'll need to address in the coming months.
There are programs, he says, that RPD is ready for if the staffing comes along.
My understanding is we'll have a canine program starting again. I think that's very important for our organization.
And Pilcher says he's been welcomed by the Richland community.
It's a privilege to be a police officer, and I recognize that. And it is a distinct honor to now be a member of the Richland Police Department, and in particular to hold this position.
In Richland, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
And if you want to join Chief Pilcher's team, RPD is hosting a hiring clinic today. It's happening from 6 to 8:30 p.m. in the RPD Police Training Room. You do need to RSVP, and you can find out how at applevalleynewsnow.com. Now to a follow-up, officials have released the identities of 2 men who died in an ATV crash Sunday night. According to the Benton County Coroner Bill Leach, 42-year-old Zachariah Hain of Kennewick and 49-year-old Jason Moreland of Findlay died in the crash. It happened on Dagg Road just after 9 p.m. in Benton County. Authorities say a person on an ATV and another person on a motorbike hit one another head-on. What led up to the crash is still under investigation. Now to community event news. Benton County hosts a groundbreaking ceremony for its new Columbia Valley Center for Recovery. The Recovery Center will be the first in the Tri-Cities dedicated to providing essential addiction recovery and crisis stabilization services. Officials say it's the only grassroots recovery center in the entire Pacific Northwest. This was actually a wall breaking because the building is being repurposed. It's formerly the old Kennewick General Hospital building and Auburn campus.
This is a direct result of local citizens working with local and state governments. And this project is attracting attention throughout the Northwest. We're continually getting requests from communities to come and tell them how we did this. And the answer is really simple. We're the Tri-Cities. We can do anything.
The center is scheduled to be completed by December of 2025, and the funding comes from local tax revenue and Washington state and federal grants. Around $41 million has been raised for this project so far, and the center is designed to provide an alternative to current methods such as arrest, incarceration, or emergency room visits for individuals experiencing a behavioral health crisis. And we have a new local business. Storytime Bookshop is now a part of the downtown Kennewick area. Now, the store is located on 309 West Kennewick Avenue, and the owner says she wants people who walk in for the first time to feel a sense of coziness and a family-friendly environment that makes you get lost with each page turn of a new book that you like. She tells us this isn't your average bookstore either, as she does story times in both English and Spanish, along with hosting special events after school like Crafternoons. It's actually what inspired her to start this new chapter of her life.
When I moved here from Portland 4 years ago, I was really surprised to find that there was only one independent bookstore and nothing geared toward kids or family. And I am a theater teaching artist that focus on literacy and play. And so I found a real need in the community and decided that I could fill that gap.
She also says her bookstore is for people of all ages and reading levels. It also gives a free book to each child who walks in for the first time. Now, the Downtown Kennewick Business Association is hosting a special event that could help you keep some dollars in your pockets. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma tells us how the event works and how you can get involved.
Stephanie Button with Downtown Kennewick says participating stores will have a Stop Shop sign displayed to let you know they are participating. It starts this Friday the 15th and will continue until December 15th. This is the second year Downtown Kennewick is having That's the Ticket. One of the reasons they decided to do it again this holiday season is because of how popular it was last year.
We're able to show almost $42,000 in spending in the downtown just in that month through the participating businesses. So it was a great way to show how important shopping local is and how that dollar stretches to support our downtown community. So customers were happy, our businesses were happy, and I think everyone had a great holiday time.
Lorelei Kennedy, who is a new business owner in the downtown Kennewick area, says she is looking forward to participating for the first time this year.
As a new business owner in downtown Kennewick, I'm really excited to participate in That's the Ticket because it gives me a chance to not only jump in as a new community member, but get to see all of the folks that are coming in from the neighborhood and surrounding areas and getting ideas of how I can really serve them best.
Although this time of year is famously known as the best time of the year, Kennedy says this time of year local businesses really count on people to support locally.
As we come into winter, small businesses and small business owners really rely on the surge of holiday folks coming in to browse and purchase goods, and this kind of a community really allows us to all get in together, meet each other, and exchange not only goods for money, but also ideas and collaborations and stories.
Button says you can get a free ticket by stopping by the historic downtown Kennewick Partnership Building.
Each ticket is an entry into a grand prize drawing, and Button says they'll have at least 3 prizes, and last year's prizes range from $100 to almost $1,000 in value. On December 18th, tickets will be pulled to decide the prize winners. And coming up, it's Native American Heritage Month, and coming up on Good Morning Northwest, we have how the first assistant U.S. attorney is helping bring awareness to cases of missing and murdered Indigenous people. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
In a world where every customer wins, only one event will completely change the vehicle shopping experience for Eastern Washington. The competition is fierce, but the rewards are all yours. Because when we push the limits, you drive away with more. This is an all-out battle for sales supremacy as all McCurley locations compete to provide you with the best deal, the best experience, the vehicle you've been waiting for. Will you find your way home? Hurry in today and save big before the countdown ends.
Get special 0% financing on a new Chevrolet during the final year-end countdown from McCurley Chevrolet.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Meet the Traveling Trio, each helping to protect their money with Chase. Tools that help protect. Alerts that help check. One bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Are we doing this?
Let's go.
Whoa!
What are we talking about? Either catch me up or change the subject.
We were talking about...
Vetoed. That settles that.
He gon' keep you up on your feet the whole night now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a temperature tour for this morning, starting off in Kittitas County, where we're seeing temperatures that are in the 30s and 40s, 47 degrees in Ellensburg. Then in the Yakima Valley, we're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, 48 for Sunnyside, 46 for Toppenish, 45 degrees for Union Gap. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, we're seeing temperatures in the 40s and 50s, 53 in the Tri-Cities, 47 in Benton City, 47 up towards the Hanford site. And then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, these temperatures mostly near 50 degrees, 48 for Pilot Rock, 51 for Milton Freewater, but much colder up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Here's your day planner for today, and you can see that it's going to be cool out there. Temperatures mostly in the 40s and 50s. We're going to have rain all throughout the day, so this will be a good day to keep it indoors. So for today, we'll end up having highs that'll be about 5 degrees above average for this time of the year. So most of us will end up in the 50s, and the breezes will gust out of the south between 20 to 35 miles per hour, with some of the fastest wind gusts being in the foothills of the Blue Mountains. And then for tonight, the winds will calm down for the valleys and for the Cascades, but still gusting between 20 to 25 miles per hour for the basin and for the foothills and for the Blue Mountains. Overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. Leftover showers will probably be most prevalent in the mountains and in the foothills. I'll time out this storm system with Futurecast. Also, I'll show you how much rain and snow we're expecting from said storm system. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition speaker this Native American Heritage Month is Bree Blackhorse. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us she's the first assistant U.S. attorney dedicated to cases of missing and murdered Indigenous people.
Blackhorse spoke to the crowd of police, prosecutors, and community providers about the disproportionate rate of violence faced by Indigenous communities and the importance of using a trauma-informed approach when working with them.
Because it's Native American Heritage Month, I talked about generational and historical trauma, the origins of that, through the various eras of Indian law and policy.
From being forced to move to reservations to the allotment and assimilation policies of the 19th and early 20th centuries, including the tens of thousands of children forcibly removed to their homes and sent to Indian boarding schools.
I'm the grandchild of individuals who survived forced removal to boarding schools. I am descended from people who survived some of the termination and relocation efforts during the 1950s and 60s.
She says long-term, many of the injustices have fed into the disparities Native communities face in housing, health, education, and the criminal justice system.
Especially when dealing with tribal people, Indigenous people. It's critical to use that trauma-informed approach because our community members already experience so much generational and historical trauma.
Blackhorse will also be speaking at the Yakima Nation MMIP Community Information and Listening event this Thursday at the Yakima Nation Winter Lodge. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Congressman Dan Newhouse is declaring victory for winning Washington's 4th congressional district seat, one he's occupied since 2015. However, his opponent says he's not conceding. Details are coming up after the break.
Election night 2024.
Live election night.
As the votes were counted,
We've got some hot ones we are following for you right now.
one winner emerged. Apple Valley News Now.
Polls are closed, but there are people still in line.
Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
This holiday season, believe in the magic of the North Pole. As you set sail for a holiday adventure like no other, marvel over the stunning light display along the magical journey to meet Santa. Experience the magic that only happens on Lake Coeur d'Alene. Even the Grinch can't resist the holiday cheer. Book during Santa's Sneak Peek Week and enjoy 25% off tickets from November 15th to November 27th and discover the magic of the holiday season.
D-Lynn's Boutique is a lifestyle boutique that offers locally sourced and established brand items. We feature men's and women's styles with a fresh approach to your look. D-Lynn's Boutique brings style that is approachable yet unique, so you can look and feel your best no matter what room you are walking into. Our house brand, Life on the Water, is locally inspired, designed, and printed in Kennewick, Washington. DeLin's is located in the Marineland Plaza in Kennewick, next to the Village Bistro. You can also shop easily online at delins.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Thank you guys for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you.
What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
We're on your side.
On your side.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We are seeing widespread rain and snow this morning. Snow in elevations above 5,000 feet. We'll put this in motion with Futurecast. We're going to continue to deal with this up until this evening. You can see the mode is going to switch to just more scattered showers on the map. We'll mostly be left over with scattered showers in the mountains and in the foothills for the late evening, and that'll continue into Thursday. The best coverage for tomorrow, once again, is going to be for the mountains and for the foothills. Snow levels should be lower at this point. We'll take a look at snow levels in just a second, but here are some of the water totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, subject to change. We could get 3/4 of an inch in the Cascades, up to a 1/2 inch for the Blue Mountains and foothills, maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch for the basin, but not much doing at all for the Kittitas or Yakima valleys. Snow levels for today mostly above 5,000 feet, so past travel shouldn't be too bad, but we'll start to see snow levels dipping down to 4,500, 4,000 feet into tomorrow. So certainly some of the passes at that point could become a little bit more snowy. With that in mind, here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, subject to change. I'm thinking no more than 6 inches of snow for our passes on US 2, US 12, US 97, and I-90 in the Cascades. And then for the Blue Mountains, likely less than an inch for Battle Mountain Summit at US 395. So that is, that pretty much covers today and Thursday, the wee hours of the morning for Friday. But overall, Friday and Saturday looking much drier. And then we're tracking this next storm system into Sunday and Monday. And wait till you see some of the snowfall projections for this one. Now, the water totals overall in general looking, this is looking like it's going to be a wetter storm system as opposed to this storm system. But it looks like the moisture and the cold air are going to sync up a little bit better, because early indications are that Snoqualmie Pass could get upwards of maybe a foot and a half of snow with this storm system. So definitely be mindful of this forecast if you plan on traveling over our mountain passes for either Sunday or Monday. High temperatures staying mostly seasonal, a little bit cooler into Friday and Saturday and into Tuesday as well, but again, mostly seasonal. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Few showers left over for Thursday and Friday, dry for Saturday, then more rain impacts us for Sunday and Monday. In Yakima, trending drier for Thursday and Friday. More wet weather arrives late Saturday and continues into Sunday. For Ellensburg, drying out for Thursday and Friday, more rain arriving late Saturday into Sunday, then watching the potential for a wintry mix by Tuesday morning. For Hermiston, a few showers linger for Thursday and Friday, a break for Saturday, then more rain looms for Sunday and Monday. Then for Walla Walla, winds die down for Thursday, but showers stick around for Thursday and Friday. Much better chances for rain come around Sunday and Monday.
Thank you, Josh. Now, Congressman Dan Newhouse released a statement declaring victory after seeing the 2024 general election results of his re-election campaign. However, his opponent, Jared Sessler, says he's still not conceding. In a statement, Newhouse says in part, quote, "I'm incredibly honored to have the support from the people of Central Washington, The results from this election show the people want a results-driven leader who understands the unique challenges facing Central Washington. And he finished by saying, quote, "I will not let you down." Newhouse has represented Washington's 4th Congressional District since 2015. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Alanis Morissette and Eminem are just 2 names of a list of nominees that could be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Plus, there's great news for fans of the show Yellowstone. It's all coming up in your entertainment news. Keep it right here.
Welcome to Chris's Recovery Shop.
Is your boat upholstery starting to look worn or has tears? From tops to seats to panels, we have you covered. Do you own a business and need repairs to seats or furniture? From agricultural to restaurant, we have you covered. Got a classic car that needs a little interior TLC? From seats to armrests and panels, we have you covered here too.
Chris's Recovery Shop in Yakima,
where we keep a good thing going.
Save now with Buy Mart's latest savings book, including select Pepsi brand 12-packs. Buy 2, get 1 free. Buy Mart, saving our members more every day.
I saw the chrome bumper right in front of me, and then that's all I remember.
Willie was hit by a dump truck at full speed, and it's been a long recovery.
I decided that I wanted a professional to take care of it. Just from the get-go. The companies just try to, drain you.
The truck's insurance company fought us, but I hit them at full speed, and Willie won.
Mariano took care of everything. Don't go with the first guy that sells you unicorns and rainbows. Go with Mariano.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Deck the halls with pies so jolly. This holiday season, Pie Sharks has the perfect sweet and savory mini pies to bring cheer to your table. We have lots of flavors to choose from, and right now our pies are bursting with festive flavors. Grab a dozen, share a smile, and make the holidays deliciously unique. Delivery and pickup orders available, or visit us at 110 South 4th Avenue in Pasco, where every pie is a little holiday surprise. Pie Sharks, take a bite.
I am ready to find the second great love of my life.
The Golden Bachelorette, sponsored locally by Legends Casino Hotel. Fun is how we roll.
Kraken and the Blackhawks at Climate Pledge Arena Thursday on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There are new nominees to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Plus, the show Yellowstone nabbing great ratings for the second half of its 5th season. Here's the latest on what's happening in Hollywood.
Bryan Adams is one of the nominees for induction into the Songwriters Hall of Fame for 2025. Others up for the honor include Alanis Morissette, the Doobie Brothers, Sheryl Crow, and Eminem. The inductees will be celebrated at a gala next year in New York City.
This is the hill we die on. I'm ready.
Yellowstone grabbing great ratings for the November 10th premiere of the second half of its 5th season, which revealed the fate of Kevin Costner's John Dutton. According to The Wrap, the episode drew over 16 million viewers, Yellowstone's biggest premiere to date.
I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no.
Country legend George Strait will receive the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award at this year's CMA Awards, airing live on ABC November 20th. In his career, the Texas singer, known as King George, has scored 60 #1 country hits and sold more than 70 million albums. And late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel is 57 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Fun fact, it's also Whoopi Goldberg's birthday, and I know that because it's also my birthday.
Someone else's
I know.
birthday as well.
I have the little headband that I made you wear in the summer, so it's at my desk. I might have to wear it later with the candles.
Everyone send in your emails, wish Jessica happy
You don't
birthday.
need to do that. Well, thank you, Josh.
Of course.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, frustration at the Richland School Board meeting last night as community members gathered to express their anger at the announcement of paraeducator layoffs. We have what went down in the meeting in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Amazon is shutting down its Freevee streaming platform. The free ad-supported service offered original shows and over 100 Prime Video titles. Amazon says Freevee content will move to Prime Video, with a free tier still available for non-Prime users. Next, Google is rolling out a new feature for Chrome on the iPhone. Users can now search on Chrome using pictures and words at the same time. It's part of a new Google Lens update, letting users narrow their search. The update also adds quick saves to Google Photos and Drive, plus shopping deal alerts. And finally, Fortnite OG is making a permanent comeback this December. The throwback mode, first introduced last November, will join the game's regular rotation. That means iconic elements like Tilted Towers and the Baller are back for good. Do you know how a Fortnite player turns on their TV? With an emote control. That one's for my fellow Fortniters. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay, let's get going. Can everybody see that?
Like, to check your desktop first before sharing your screen.
Oh, that is not the, oh, no. Know how that got in there? No, that,
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Okay, everybody get out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Spoons, they're out. Panera's new ciabatta dippers are in. Each melty sandwich paired with a perfect portion of soup is made to dip. Go for the French dipper or spicy chicken dipper. No spoon necessary when your sandwich is built to do the dipping. Only at Panera for a limited time.
Using these type of cleansers could be damaging and stripping your skin. I use new Olay cleansing melts every day. Just soak, activate, and wash to clean, tone, and refresh. That's a 3 times better clean. Olay.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, it is my birthday today, so
Yes.
I might be doing something later, like, grabbing a quick lunch or an early lunch. What's the weather going to look like?
Unfortunately, Mother Nature did not get the memo that it was your birthday, or Whoopi Goldberg's birthday,
does.
or Jimmy Kimmel's birthday, because
So rude.
it's going to be a tough forecast for today for outdoor plans.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But let's get into the nitty-gritty details. Right now, you're taking a look at the wind gust map. You can see those winds racing out of the south, gusting upwards of 25, 35 miles per hour in the foothills. I'm thinking that's about going to be the cap for how strong the wind gusts could be in the foothills, but we'll have to see how this shakes out throughout the rest of the day. But across the map, we are seeing some blustery conditions, so it will feel a little bit more brisk than what the air temperatures would otherwise suggest. 53, 48, 48, not that cold at face value, but you factor in some of the wind gusts and it will feel a little bit more chilly. All right, it looks like some of the fog that has mostly been confined up in the Cascades is now starting to spill over into the Kittitas Valley. So we'll continue to watch that throughout the rest of this morning. But take it slow on the roadways, use the low beams. You'd probably want to take it slow anyway, as some of those roads might be slick as we're tracking some widespread rain and snow in elevations above 5,000 feet. Here's your umbrella cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Yeah, you'll need it throughout the day, but it looks like we do start to dry out as we head into the mid to late evening. So for today, widespread wet weather. It's going to be cool. It's going to be breezy. I'll show you a zone by zone look of today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. New this morning, paraprofessionals, Richland school employees, and community members gathered at the Richland School District Board meeting last night to express anger and frustration over the handling of the district's announcement that it would be laying off paraprofessionals across the district. Now, during public comment of the meeting, people say they're hurt and frustrated over the announcement, and some paraprofessionals say they're some of the most underpaid members of the staff and felt disrespected by the district's announcement of layoffs while asking the community for money to pay for a new school. People also say they learned of the district's plans through the media rather than their own employer, and they were disappointed in the lack of transparency about the entire issue.
I stand today joining my voice with the parents, educators, and paras who are disappointed in our district and the cuts to our paraeducators, especially at this time of the year.
We are not just paras. We are the first people those kids see in the morning, the last ones we see at the end of the day.
We are 2.5 months into the school year and have no money for teachers to make copies. Yet you wanted $314 million to build a new school that you couldn't afford to run.
As a taxpayer, I'm infuriated.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
We also have a right to know, what's your big overall plan?
How do you sleep at night? I know I didn't. I know a lot of people in my building didn't.
Really disappointed.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
Now, members of the school board apologize for how the announcements about the layoffs were handled, and they say they will have a comprehensive plan put together and presented to the community by its November 26th meeting. And we'll have more on last night's meeting tonight at 5 and 6 on Apple Valley News Now. For the first time in nearly 40 years, about 600 teachers in Oregon are on strike. The Greater Albany Education Association and the Greater Albany School District have been in negotiations for more than 3 months. Teachers from 21 schools in the district are asking for a 40-hour work week, more prep time, student support, and a cost of living wage increase. But after negotiations ended early yesterday morning, the district superintendent said they left the table feeling distressed, while the union said they felt unheard. The district superintendent also said the union demands a hard class size cap, which administrators feel doesn't allow room for adjustments related to class behavior. Both sides are coming back to the table this morning, and the ongoing teacher strike has led to classes being canceled. And at a rally Tuesday, many students used the day off of school to show support for their teachers. And also in Oregon, residents are cleaning up after a tornado pushed through the northern part of the coast. Now take a look at this. According to the National Weather Service, a tornado was reported near Rockaway Beach on Monday, and the storm left behind damaged fences, homes, and tons of debris. Tuesday morning, Tillamook County sheriffs patrolled the area where the tornado reportedly touched down. And they said some school district buildings were hit hard, but classes should be able to resume today. Thankfully, no injuries were reported, but it left people shaken up.
It was really powerful, and I heard it coming, and then the whole front of the house, like I was standing in the window, pushed in, like the window pushed in the frame, everything. I opened the window to let some pressure off so it wouldn't explode. But then I just heard bang, 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 and then it was over. In just 10 seconds or so, it was gone.
The National Weather Service has not yet determined the strength of the tornado. A high wind warning is also in effect until this morning. In Washington, Boeing machinists recently voted to end a strike that lasted weeks, and thousands of employees have now returned to work under a new labor contract that includes raises each year for 4 years. Despite ending the strike, Boeing plans to cut 17,000 jobs. The announcement now adds uncertainty for employees, and so far Boeing officials have declined to say which job titles will be impacted during the layoffs.
Hard to say right now. They're not really saying who's getting laid off.
And I'm waiting for tomorrow. I can't wait till tomorrow, and then I can find out if I have a job or not, and then how my team's impacted.
So the FAA has put a cap on it at 38 a month. So now, they hired all those people hoping the production would get back up to 58, but now they're capped at 38, so they got kind of a surplus there.
We'll continue to follow this story and bring you updates as soon as the information comes in. It's unknown if all those who walk the picket lines will be keeping the jobs they fought for. And coming up, I know it's only November 13th, but Christmas music has already started playing, as you can hear. They've already started playing on radio stations, and we have where you can hear it or where to avoid it if you don't want it this early. That's after the break.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Save now with Cascade Farm and Outdoors latest mailer. Watch for it in your mailbox or pick up a copy in store. All Ariat sweaters and hoodies are now $10 off. Wrangler Premium Performance Advanced Comfort Jeans are just $39.99. All Stanley feed pellets are 30% off. Find Cascade 50-pound bags of layer pellets for just $15.99. Plus, save on Purina Pro Plan bags of dog food. Store-wide savings are going on now at Cascade Farm and Outdoor.
Next Lives in Palm Springs with Mark Harmon and Justine Luke from Nobody Wants This.
I'm a huge fan of the show.
I see what you did there.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
It's time to secure your RV for fall camping from your destination store in Pasco. Broadmoor RV Superstore is jam-packed with new 2025 models with all new floor plans, and they're all priced to sell. Our professionals can help you choose your RV for fall camping and take advantage of the great deals so you can be ready for next spring. Family owned and operated since its inception. Broadmoor RV, the #1 travel trailer dealer in Washington State. Broadmoor RV, your destination store in Pasco.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Chase knows how to put the heart in your local community. Evan, you helping them with savings, right? Somebody just got their first debit card. Ice cream on you? Your money is a part of your community, so your bank should be too, like Chase.
Next ET, we're in London for the royal premiere of Gladiator 2. Plus,
I pinch myself every day.
Justin Hartley tracking a This Is Us family reunion.
I would prefer to have them all on at once.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Me and you, parent-teacher fight night.
Ding, ding, ding. Time to fight.
A parent wants to fight Gregory.
That's how Fresh Prince began.
No one start without me.
There isn't going to be a fight. Training starts tomorrow.
The Eye of the Tiger.
Me and you, parent-teacher fight night.
Ding, ding, ding. Time to fight.
A parent wants to fight Gregory.
That's how Fresh Prince began.
No one start without me.
There isn't going to be a fight. Training starts tomorrow.
The Eye of the Tiger.
Yep.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast, starting off in Kittitas County, where we'll have temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It will be breezy for today, but these winds gusting out of the east and southeast, upwards of 20 miles per hour. Most of the snow for today is going to be above 5,000 feet. Then in the Yakima Valley, these winds gusting out of the south and southeast, upwards of 20 miles per hour. Highs today in the mid-50s, and it will be raining for the bulk of the day. In the lower Columbia Basin, it's going to be the same thing. These winds gusting out of the south and southeast, but upwards of 30 miles per hour. Also highs in the mid-50s. It's just going to be a wet and yucky and gray day out there. Then for the foothills of the Blue Mountains, this is likely where we'll have the strongest wind gusts. Again, we have the wind advisory, we have the high wind warning that's in place, and these winds could gust upwards of 35 miles per hour, although there could be some locally stronger wind gusts at times. These highs also up into the 50s, although we'll be in the 40s for the higher terrain in the Blue Mountains. Now let's show you the big picture, the rainfall deficit and the snowfall deficits and surpluses that we're running. First, let's talk about the rainfall deficit. It says we'll have about 5% improvements after this storm system in the valleys, about 15 to 20% improvements for the basin and foothills, but in the wake of this storm system, we'll still be running a seasonal rainfall deficit. Then with our snowpack situation, it's a little bit more nuanced, subtle improvements for the upper Yakima Basin, which is now in a deficit, and 40 to 70% improvements for the Natchez, Walla Walla, and Umatilla basins, and those are now in a surplus. But I have a feeling these numbers could go way up with that storm system in a Sunday and Monday. I'll tell you why coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks. Thank you, Josh. Now, do you think it's too early for Christmas or just the right time to get in the spirit?
When they placed it on his head, he began to
Yes, we know it's only November 13th, but the Columbia Basin's big 95.7 FM has switched their music format from the 80s, 90s, and today to all Christmas and holiday music 24/7 until after Christmas. Now, last year they made the switch on November 15th, but this year they decided to go a few days early.
Is this earlier than last year, or?
For us, we switched on the 15th last year, and we switched on the 12th this year. A lot of stations have switched already, so it's pretty standard for a lot of stations to switch a lot of times after Halloween.
Big reason why you do this?
It's because nobody else in the Tri-Cities does this, and it's something where we're serving an audience that craves the holiday spirit.
In the spirit of the holiday season, the local radio station also hosted a sock donation drive, and they donated more than 500 pairs of socks to the Tri-City Union Gospel Mission. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, 2 new people have been hired by President-elect Trump in his second administration. And you know their names, but we have exactly who will be leading a new department and what it's called coming up in your morning sprint. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast.
This winter, escape to the mountains of Leavenworth with Beaver Valley Lodge, where fresh snow blankets the world and adventure is just outside your door. From skiing Plain Valley ski trails to peaceful snowshoe trails, the choices are endless. After a day in the snow, return to Beaver Valley Lodge to warm up by the fire, sip hot cocoa, and let your worries melt away. Book your winter getaway today at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, November 21st at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Elevate the holidays with Water to Wine cruises. Experience the holiday season with Northwest Wines and fine cuisine on our luxury yacht. Join one of our unique holiday cruises. Book today at watertowinecruises.com.
Senior living is more than just a home with Avamere at Englewood Heights. Experience the joys of life with engaging activities, delicious chef-prepared meals, and more to enhance your retirement.
We have beautiful landscaping, plenty of places to just hang out outside. We have this big, beautiful wraparound porch. A lot of people are scared when they move into assisted living that they're going to lose their independence, but it gives you your independence back. I'd love to show you around and help you with anything that you need.
Your lawn demands a lot out of you all summer long, but now you can demand a lot out of your equipment with the E-Force line from Echo. The max-out technology inside every Echo trimmer keeps it running so you can get the job done, and the long-lasting battery power that Echo provides will make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. So what are you waiting for? See the complete line of Echo E-Force products at Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland or online at libertylawnandsaw.com.
Your favorite judge is back in the courtroom with all new cases.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
The Kraken battles Chicago 6:30 Thursday. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're seeing widespread rain and snow for this morning. It's snow in elevations above 5,000 feet. We'll show you what happens with this for the rest of today with Futurecast. We're going to put this into motion. You can see by the time we get to this evening, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, looks like the mode is going to switch to that of more just scattered showers with the best coverage in the mountains and also in the foothills. And that's really going to be the way it's going to be by the time we get to midnight, and then into Thursday, more scattered showers, and the coverage, you guessed, is going to be the same, mainly up in the mountains and in the foothills. And overall for Friday and Saturday, we should be much drier, but then we have more active weather to talk about after that. More on that in just a second. But first, the water forecast for today through the next 48 hours. We're thinking maybe 3/4 of an inch of water for the Cascades, 1/2 an inch for the Blue Foothills and Mountains, maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch for some portions of the basin, but probably less than 1/10 of an inch for the valleys. And then in terms of the snowfall we could get, well, the passes aren't going to be that snowy for today, as snow levels are going to be up around 5,000, 5,500 feet, but down to more like 4,500 feet, 4,000 feet. Now some of our passes starting to get involved into Thursday. So here's some of the snowfall projections over the next 48 hours. And we're thinking probably no more than 6 inches of snow for our passes on US 2, US 12, US 97, and I-90 in the Cascades, and then likely less than an inch for Battle Mountain Summit at US 395 in Umatilla County. So that pretty much covers us for Wednesday and Thursday. Much drier for Friday and Saturday. Then we have this next storm system into Sunday and Monday. And oh boy, this one is looking like it's, well, first of all, it's going to be a much wetter storm system. Second of all, it's going to be a much more wintry storm system, as the moisture and the cold air are going to sync up a little bit better. So early indications are that we can maybe have 1 foot to 1.5 foot of snow for Snoqualmie Pass. Definitely something to keep in mind if you plan to travel over our mountain passes for either Sunday or Monday. High temperatures staying mostly seasonal over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Few showers left over for Thursday and Friday, dry for Saturday, then more rain impacts us for Sunday and Monday. In Yakima, trending drier for Thursday and Friday, more wet weather arrives late Saturday and continues into Sunday. For Ellensburg, drying out for Thursday and Friday, more rain arriving late Saturday into Sunday, then watching the potential for a wintry mix by Tuesday morning. In Hermiston, a few showers linger for Thursday and Friday, a break for Saturday, then more rain looms for Sunday and Monday. Then in Walla Walla, winds die down for Thursday, but showers stick around for Thursday and Friday. Much better chances for rain come around Sunday and Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. And starting off, here are the top 5 local stories that you need to know this morning. Anger and frustration at the Richland School District Board meeting. This over the district's announcement that it would be laying off paraeducators. During public comment, some paraprofessionals expressed they're some of the most underpaid members of the staff and felt disrespected by the announcement while they asked the community to help pay for a new school. The district, that is, and members of the school board apologized and said they will have a comprehensive plan put together by the November 26th meeting. And we'll have more on last night's board meeting tonight at 5 and 6 on Apple Valley News Now. Richland Police Department's new chief of police, Marty Pilcher, is looking to fill some administrative roles on his team. Now, if you're interested, RPD is hosting a hiring event today. It's from 6 to 8:30 p.m. in the RPD Police Training Room. You do need to RSVP, and you can find that information on applevalleynewsnow.com. Benton County broke ground on its new Columbia Valley Center for Recovery. The old Kennewick General Hospital building and Auburn campus is being repurposed into the center, the first of its kind in the area, dedicated to helping those dealing with addiction and crisis. It's also designed to provide an alternative to current methods such as arrest, incarceration, or ER visits. It's scheduled to be completed by December next year, and around $41 million has been raised so far for this project. Storytime Bookshop is now a part of the downtown Kennewick area. The store is located on 309 West Kennewick Avenue, and the owner says this isn't your average bookstore. There are story times in both English and Spanish, along with special events after school, and she says she'll give a free book to each child who walks in for the first time. Washington Governor-elect Bob Ferguson announces the formation of his transition team. He says the team has diverse professionals and leaders from all over the state, and he says he has many priorities to implement for the first 100 days of his new administration. Also, Congressman Dan Newhouse has declared victory in the seat for Washington's 4th Congressional District, one he's held since 2015. Now to your national headlines this morning. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have been hired to lead a new department in Donald Trump's second administration. Now, President-elect Trump says the two billionaires will lead the Department of Government Efficiency. In a statement, Trump says the purpose of the department is to, quote, dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. Musk says his appointment will, quote, send shockwaves through the system and anyone involved in government waste. The FAA has grounded all flights to Haiti for the next month, and this comes after 3 jets from U.S.-based airlines were struck by bullets while flying over Haiti's capital. American Airlines says it found a bullet hole in Flight 819 after it landed in Miami. A Spirit Airlines plane was also hit by gunfire while attempting to land in Port-au-Prince. JetBlue says a post-flight inspection in New York found damage from a bullet on one of its planes returning from Haiti. In your business news, the chicken wars have ignited again, but this time it's about who gets to call their recipe original. KFC is suing Church's Chicken, alleging trademark violations. KFC says Church's Texas Chicken is using the phrase original recipe in its advertising, and the phrase original recipe has long been part of KFC's branding, and the company first trademarked it in 1984. The FDA recently stopped shipments of banana sauce, also known as banana ketchup, from the Philippines. Last month, the agency issued an alert for an additive called potassium iodate, which is found in brands of banana ketchup. But there are reports that some of the banana sauce companies are reworking their products to comply with U.S. regulations. In your health headlines, Lunchables will no longer be a menu item at schools around the U.S. Kraft Heinz is removing the meal kits from the National School Lunch Program. The company pulled the product because demand did not reach its target. And the decision comes after Consumer Reports tested school versions of grocery store snacks and found high levels of sodium, lead, and cadmium, which is a chemical element. And the national program is federally assisted and provides low-cost and free balanced lunches to nearly 30 million students. In your sports news, the Tri-City Americans just keep winning. With securing their 12th win in a row on Monday, they're only 1 win away from tying the franchise record for consecutive wins. The win didn't come easy, though. At one point, they were down by 2 goals. They eventually tied the game thanks to Jake Goodell, and for the win, final score 6-5 in overtime. The Amps hit the road for 7 games as they play Prince Albert, who are in 9th place in the Eastern Conference, and the Amps are currently tied for 2nd in the Western Conference. And the Kraken have snapped their losing streak, beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-2. Now you saw it right here on Apple Valley News Now. Despite the Blue Jackets' 40-shot attempts to the Kraken's 33, the Kraken took their time and pounced at just the right moment, pulling ahead late in the 3rd quarter. Next up, the Kraken face the Blackhawks on Thursday, and again, you can find that game right here on Apple Valley News Now. All right, trending this morning, People magazine has revealed the 2024 Sexiest Man Alive. And Josh, who does this title go to?
I just want everyone to know in the teleprompter it says me. Just kidding.
I wrote that in for you to say.
It did go to actor John Krasinski.
So the publication shared a photo of Krasinski on its new cover on social media, and Krasinski is best known for starring as Jim Halpert in The Office for 9 seasons.
He also directed and starred in the 2018 movie A Quiet Place alongside his wife, actress Emily Blunt. Krasinski joked that when he told Blunt about his sexy achievement, there was, quote, so much laughter on the other end of the phone.
And you can see more of the results on people.com, and the issue is available on newsstands now. I'm sorry that I had to do that to you, Josh. I knew you would ignore it.
I felt like it was coming, so well played, well played.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, Sticks from Mikey's Chance is still looking for his forever home. He's a husky mix that's been featured before, and look at his sad face, he needs to be adopted. So let's try and get him adopted this time around. We'll have more on Sticks in our 6 o'clock hour.
And I'll have more on the winds, the rain, the mountain snow, all that in the forecast for today. So I'll talk more about that at 6.